the hearing yesterday in Michigan, we've got several videos to watch. Stick around because at the end, Rudy does something. I can't even. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. I can't believe it was caught on tape. So this woman was Rudy's star witness. She was a poll worker, I believe. This woman has already been declared by a judge to simply not be credible. She was a contract IT worker in Michigan. So let's give her a listen.
He told me that I would be parking in a parking lot and I would be shuttled in through a shuttle. I called my mother and I told my mother about this, and my mom said, no, absolutely not. You're not doing that. I also had a concern about that because I do have two small young children at home and I needed access to my vehicle. What I witnessed at the TCF Center was complete. They told me that I would be parking in a parking lot.
That's the first of these videos. This one is the one where you're gonna go, shit. No. It's the next one. Oh, just wait. We haven't even got to the wackiest shit.
And we know.
They were off.
Do we know to what extent that they're off?
They were off.
Right. Yeah, we know that.
So why are you asking? What are you asking me?
I'm trying to ask you if
Sir,
someone were to.
Go ahead.
If someone were to go and run the same ballot over and over and over again, that would end up showing up as a massive discrepancy, right?
And
we've added up the
took
discrepancies.
a ballot and ran it over and over and over again? Just one ballot? Or a batch of 50?
Either way, I mean, the batch of 50 is going to be even more.
If you take one and you run it over and over and over again, yeah, people are going to notice that one has been ran over and over. I had numerous challengers come up to me and say, what's going on here? One guy got thrown out because he took a picture of me.
Sure. I'm just wondering why the numbers at the end of the day
Can't snap a picture of the Karen.
aren't matching up with the stories that we're hearing. I'm trying to square that circle. And I know there's going to be an investigation of all of these
allegations. As good as everybody
allegations.
else is in here.
Yeah, there's
Why
going to be an
isn't it me?
investigation
Why
of all
is
of
it-
it.
Doing a Rudy, I love it.
It's not matching up. Everything that happened at that TCF Center was fraud. Every single thing.
Every single thing.
Avenue was taken to commit it.
Please.
Every single thing. Now this is where it truly goes off the rails during this hearing.
Poll book is completely off. Completely off.
Off
That
by
poll-
30,000?
I'd say that poll book is off by over 100,000.
In
That poll book. Why don't you look at the registered voters on there? How many registered voters are on there? Do you even know the answer to that?
No, I guess I'm trying to get to the bottom
Zero.
of this here.
Zero. There's zero.
So, my question then,
Now I had a friend comment that maybe Rudy Giuliani is actually a Sacha Baron Cohen character. I said Sacha Baron Cohen is too tall to play a Rudy Giuliani character. Possibly. Or just a little whoop-boo. I think Rudy is Andy Kaufman. I'm going to have to look up when Andy Kaufman died, and when Rudy Giuliani actually came to prominence in the public eye. Winch, what's up? Do you think Rudy Giuliani might quite possibly be an Andy Kaufman character? I think it's plausible. But anyway, back to this crazy woman here.
is if the...
Guess how many? Wait, what about the turnout rate? 120%.
Let's let Representative Johnson ask his question, please.
So the poll book number... Okay, there's
What she's referring to, I think it was Sidney Powell that put it forward. That there were like 125% in a county in Michigan, but she was actually citing a county in Minnesota, and that's why the numbers were off. But of course, you throw a lie out there and it just continues to travel. I don't know so much that it's an insult to Andy. If he was able to pull it off and play as Rudy Giuliani for what, 30, 35 years? I think that would be a boon for Andy Kaufman.
there's two things that could happen here. Either the poll book number, if ballots were counted multiple times, there's two options. Option number 1 is that the poll book numbers are not going to match.
They don't.
The actual. Not by
Thank you.
thousands and thousands of votes. That's not what we see right now.
You
That's
take a look
option number
again.
1.
Take a look again.
Option number 2 is that they essentially were filling in names of people who didn't vote.
Dead people too?
So is that...
Dead people too? Is this Rick Scott's illegitimate son or nephew or some shit? Or is that racist of me because I think all bald white men look alike?
Let's
guess, is
let
that your
Representative
suggestion?
Johnson ask his question, and then when
I
he's
thought that
done,
was his answer. Okay.
Well, I guess that's
well-
my question here is why we're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it?
I'm just saying the numbers are not off by 30,000 votes.
What was in her coffee cup that morning?
Filling in
I know what I
names.
saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison.
Okay.
Did you?
okay,
I do believe that he is indeed under oath. If this is a legislative hearing. Did you? This is just insane. We gotta watch that again.
So is that? I
let's
guess
let
is that your
Representative
suggestion?
Johnson ask his question, and then when
I
he's
thought that
done,
was his answer. Okay.
Well, I guess that's
well-
my question here is why we're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it?
I'm just saying the numbers are not off by 30,000 votes. So
I know what
are you
I
saying
saw.
that they're filling in?
I know what I
names?
saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Did you?
okay,
Look at that. Who wants to take bets on whether that video is going to be transposed against her being perk walked for lying in an affidavit?
I'm just trying to ask you a
let me,
legitimate question here.
yeah, let's let Representative Johnson ask his question, and then don't interrupt him, and then
Okay.
and then if you want to respond to it, that's fine. And did you have more, Representative?
Yeah, I guess I just want to keep following back up with the poll book. So are we saying that the poll book is either wildly off or that they are
Wildly
filling
off.
in names?
It's wildly off.
Did you?
People voted and illegals voted.
Okay.
So that's my answer.
I think
Wow. Do you have any more?
Kenny. He writes that your description of the events at the TCF Center does not square with any other affidavits.
Yeah.
He says that there are.
My mistake.
Excuse me, I'm
please,
speaking.
please,
Thank you.
let's let the representative finish, and then you can. answer.
He writes that there are no other reports of.
I would have
losses
never expected a
or
woman like her
machines that
to
jammed
interrupt
completely
someone who's
every hour
talking.
during the count. He also writes that neither Republican nor Democratic challengers nor city officials substantiate your version of these events. The allegations simply are not credible, is what Judge Kenny writes. So my question for you
Said
is,
she wasn't a credible witness.
you know, you're making claims here today that there's systematic fraud in what's going on in our elections. Are the courts also tied up in that fraud?
Let
They're
me
part of the
tell
deep state.
you what I did by accident, okay? I gave Channel 7 an interview that they tied in to that and made me the witness that's uncredible. Guess what? There's going to be a couple behind me that are going to say the same thing I just said. And
The witness before you was also proven not credible as well by
oh
the
no,
same
she
judge.
wasn't
She
because
was.
she wasn't even there.
Representative
The very
Camilleri,
first
let's let her.
time.
She wasn't there. Were you there?
First time.
So I just want to understand. You know, I don't know what exactly all the things that are being talked about there are, but can you tell us what you said today is the truth? Is that correct?
Sir, I wrote a written affidavit. Yes, it is 100% true.
Okay, and did
And how dare you question her?
Absolutely. And behind me, you're going to hear a couple.
okay, and we'll hear
And
from them.
let me just
hopefully.
state this. I was an IT worker on the stage. I was working with Dominion. I had not
Who in the world employed her as an IT worker? I'm doubting she can barely work her fucking phone. She has to call somebody up to convert a PDF file.
no poll workers were not allowed on the stage.
But hey, lady, you got some cool hair. I'll give you that. I wish I could do that with my hair.
age. The data loss, nobody would have heard about that besides me, Samuel, and Nick. Okay? Just like nobody knows that Samuel went
Everything about her is
to
sus.
the Chicago warehouse besides me because I worked for Dominion.
But now, all these allegations went over like a wet fart in this hearing. Literally, like a wet fart. Pay very close attention to the woman sitting next to Rudy Giuliani.
You have a point of order.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth. The
You
answer
can't handle the truth.
that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth. The
have a
answer.
point of order.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth. The
You have a
answer.
point of order.
One more
The answer
time.
that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth.
Now, when I first saw that, I was like, "That sounds like it was edited in." But no. Look at her eyes.
A point of order.
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth. The
have a
answer.
point of order.
The answer that I gave
I could be being played here. He says this without editing.